Oh my goodness, look at him.
You actually had a really flattering shot, didn't you?
Yeah.
Yeah, great.
Day 3 in Cornwall. I'm again joined by JJ Rims just over that. Say hello, say hello.
You alright?
Good. So it's just coming up to midday, but we're out now looking for a real interesting bird, and a bird I've never seen, but a bird I've seen a lot about, and it looks really cool. So big man has taken me to a place up in that direction where potentially we'll be able to see one, and don't know, let's go. I've also got a little surprise for you that looks really interesting. So we're on long lens today. We've both got long lenses, but also what's in that bag, eh? What's in that? I'll show you that in a minute. I'm well happy with it. Look at this, like a ruin. Do you know what this is?
So this whole place that is now the reserve used to be, I'm pretty sure, an old gunpowder mill. It's just been left abandoned over time, and nature's taken back over, which is pretty cool.
Yeah, look at that. Is that the only thing, or?
Nah,
oh no, there's more down there, I can see it.
More down here, but once you get down to the river, there's some pretty cool ruins there.
Before we get into it, this Cornwall video is once again sponsored by the Legends Gentle Bands. Gentle Bands provide reimagined rings for men that break away from the traditional boring look. Like this, for example. I got this and it's called the Spark. It's a beautifully crafted ring made from black plated tungsten, which is one of the strongest metals on the face of the earth. But not only that, it comes with fragments of dinosaur bone from the Hell Creek Formation, as well as ore from the Mjolnir meteorite. You can head to gentlebands.com to see a whole host of other rings that are made from other cool things too, like whiskey barrels and antlers. And if you use the code COOKIE25, you'll get yourself 25% off your order. There's also a free engraving option at the minute too, so definitely check that out. Now, I haven't actually said what we're looking for. The bird in question is the dipper. It's the only water songbird.
Aquatic songbird.
Yeah, water songbird, aquatic songbird if you want to get correct on me, in the UK. So it's sort of like a kingfisher in what it does, not really, sort of. Basically what I'm trying to get at is the way it flies over water is similar to a kingfisher. That's about it really. Doesn't look like a kingfisher. It's not as vibrant, but it's quite cute looking.
It's a little fluff ball really.
Yeah, it's like a brown and white fluff ball.
Yeah.
So it's really, yeah, it's quite cute I would say, but quite hard to see, quite hard to find.
They're really shy, so once we're down there, you'll spot on like the other side of the river. You start trying to get a bit closer to get a shot and it'll just vanish. Like, they're out there.
Good, that bodes well for me.
Fun.
Now, to give you some actual accurate information about the target animal today, this is the white-throated dipper. A fantastically named bird because 1, it's white-throated, and 2, it dips. It's a small, beautiful but chunky bird measuring about 18 centimeters with a wingspan of about 25 centimeters. And yes, it does actually fly over rivers like a kingfisher does, quite low to the water. But one of the best things about this bird though, aside from the very cute dipping motion and it flying low, is that it tackles rough water by walking into it and under it in search of food. The food that it goes after is insect larvae as well as freshwater shrimps. Now, as far as their population in the UK is concerned, in 2016 the British Trust for Ornithology said there were about 6,900 breeding pairs, and while that might sound like an okay amount, you might be hard pressed to see them in certain areas, because if you're like me and live in the centre of England, you're probably not going to see one. The best places though are in Wales, Northern England, and where we are for this, in the southwest of England. They prefer fast flowing water, and dippers have adapted to these environments by having a third transparent eyelid which allows them to see underwater. So basically dippers have built-in goggles, which is pretty mad. But for now, we've just appeared upon some more ruins of this old gunpowder mill, so that's pretty cool. So we're inside one of these things now. Would have been quite a nice place to actually do your work back in the day, isn't it? Flipping heck. This looks like it was some sort of workbench that was fixed into place. So I can imagine it now. I reckon with the door on it would have been so loud in here. If you had windows as well, but again, nice little view.
So here it is again, completely taken over by ivy. Yeah, it's sort of interesting to think, like what
it would have looked like.
It's just really interesting to see all this old stuff. We're going to head down in that direction anyway, because Jacob says there's something down there we need to see.
Before I find out what Jacob wants me to see, I wanted to tell you a bit more about Kennall, Vale and the Forgotten Gunpowder Mill. Back in 1812 was the first time gunpowder production commenced at Kennall, Vale. There was a massive demand for gunpowder at the time, and so immediately it was a successful business and at its pinnacle had 50 workers. The River Kennall, being only about 6 miles long before reaching the sea, runs through this area now known as the Kennall Vale Nature Reserve, but back in the early 19th century it was deemed to be a great fit for the mill due to the power it possessed, being able to turn 40 water wheels. But on the 7th of November 1887, a disaster happened. With gunpowder being extremely dangerous and easy to ignite, there was always the risk of an explosion happening, and up until this time, things had gone relatively smoothly, but on this day, that was to change. James Paddy was setting out to deliver roughly 250 pounds of gunpowder. After a short trip, he arrived at the press house where William Dunstan was working. James backed the horse and car up to the press house door and was about to unload, and then all of a sudden, everything exploded. William was sadly killed instantly, while James was miraculously found alive with severe injuries and burns. The horse survived too and bolted away. As time went on though, things evolved and technologies got better, which meant that the mill was eventually shut down in 1914. And since then, the buildings have been left for nature to take them back over. There's plenty more information about Kennall Vale Gunpowder Factory, and if you'd like to learn more, I've put some links in the description down below for you to check them out.
Oh, okay. Is this what I needed to see?
Yeah.
Toilets. What a view though. Open your door, get a nice little view while you're taking a dump or something like that. Pretty nice.
It's a bit cramped in here though.
It is a bit claustrophobic, isn't it? Okay, so everything was like quite local then. Toilets. And then down that way, I assume that's where we're going, down there.
Well, yeah, you can hear it, can't you?
Yeah. So basically,
Dippers like to be on fast flowing water. They sort of like get all their food in that sort of area, so down there you can probably hear it. It's fast flowing water, so we're going to head our way down there and I'm going to show you the surprise.
That's odd, isn't it?
wait, what? Is there one here?
Oh, it's just flown off. It was on one of the rocks just down there.
Are you joking with my life?
No.
We've got one already?
Yeah.
Flipping heck. Alright, well, that ain't the surprise by the way, but there's a dipper here already.
Yeah.
Well, are we literally just sitting down there and that's it?
Yeah, anywhere along this river, sit and wait. But this place, I think is the best because if they dive under, you can still see them because it's like slightly flatter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Alright then, let's get set up and let's get some footage of this dipper. Right, now it's time for the surprise, and because I knew we were coming to do this and I knew it was going to be quite difficult, I decided to actually spend some money on something that would make this a lot easier for me. Here's the surprise, you ready?
Where is he? Oh, there he is. He's Swamp Monster.
Oh yeah? How good's that? That's got a ghillie suit. Cost me 20 quid. What do you think to my ghillie suit?
Wandering through the woods and that, you do look like a bit of a weirdo, but it's gonna help out.
Oh! Shall we recreate the Bigfoot thing? The Patterson Gimlin footage? Should we recreate it? Hold on, we'll do that. Right, boss man, where's the best place for me in the ghillie suit to set up?
So obviously, he was down there a minute ago.
Should I be near? Obviously,
I'd say
we're gonna be covered.
That little bit down there, because there's a patch of vegetation down by the edge of the water.
Just what, next to that big log?
Yeah, like somewhere around there.
All right, I'll try and get myself in there. See what we can get, yeah?
Yeah.
Fingers crossed though, because actually, you know, like when we did the Bigfoot little walk across, another one flew up that way.
Up that direction, across the stream.
So Jacob reckons there's actually a nest up that way, because there's two of them, and I don't know, like fingers crossed they come back and they sort of chill over this bit, because
This is their sort of environment, this is what they like.
is the fast flowing stuff, so could get lucky with this, you know?
Look how clear this water is as well. It's super clear, and obviously the dipper's going to be over there. But there's another building right there. It's quite interesting. And there's another one up in that direction as well. Loads of buildings around here. This whole place has got this real like ancient sort of vibe to it. And yeah, really lovely. I'm going to go over there now, set up and wait for a dipper to come along and hopefully get some really good footage of it. Right guys, I can't lie, been sat here about an hour now and there's been no dipper action. I filmed myself a grey wagtail and a leaf, but no dippers. Now since we got here, they've just disappeared. They were here when we arrived, right? But now they're like, nah. And I'm very camouflaged, so it's not my fault. We might end up moving from this spot and heading up in that direction, just to maybe see if we can like walk along the river and find it. So I was just thinking, because we haven't seen anything in ages, should we like move on that way potentially and see what we can find?
I think so, because I mean I haven't seen either of them come back down this way, and I don't know if you just filmed it, but there was a guy just here with his dog.
I did film that, yeah.
Yeah. And as that was happening, I saw a dipper like come down, see him and go back up the river.
So he's been put off by it.
Yeah. So
I did think that was going to happen. Like that dog was splashing about, and he was obviously, this geezer was like on that little island just there. So you know, like they ain't gonna want to do that.
Nice.
So you reckon maybe we can like, should we give it a few more minutes and then
head up that way?
Yeah. Should we do that? All right.
So.
Yeah, because I haven't had any dipper action, not any proper dipper action anyway.
No.
So all right, well, we'll give it a couple of minutes. Let's see what happens.
We gave it a couple of minutes to film some extra shots and wait for any dipper action to happen, and right before we were about to move on up the river in search of them, this did happen.
Guys, we've got action. Jacob's got one. But just before that, actually, the dipper just flown in. So Jacob just walked down this way a little bit, left his camera over there, and then the dipper came from this side and landed on those rocks right next to where he is. I think he might have it over in that direction. That was really good. I managed to film it a little bit, but from my current like arrangement here, it was over there, so I was filming it through like the grass and that, so it wasn't a very good spot, but it was so cool to see. The dipping was in motion. You can see why they get their name. They sort of like, they dip on the spot, they sort of do that. It was really, really, really cool. And they're actually like a bit bigger than what I thought they would be. I thought they'd be like robin sized, but they're not. They're just like double the size of a robin, bit chunkier, fluffier, and just really, really a cute looking bird. And he was feeding around on that little moss rock over there. Oh, that was so exciting. That was so cool to see. He finally flew in from here over there, and I think Jacob might have it over in that direction. Jay, you got it? Yeah? Sick. Yeah, so he's got the dipper up that way. Oh, I bet it's gonna look sick. I can see it actually, it's just bouncing up on the rocks. I'm not sure if you guys will see this, but it's right there. Just bobbing up and down next to the little rapidy bits. In between the rapids, there's a rock there. He's bobbing up and down. How wicked! There's a little dipper! Oh, that's so cool. He's just out there feeding now. What a wicked place to come and see these. And you can get so close, and obviously I'm dressed as like a Bigfoot, and I can get right in there. That's so cool. I can just see him still bobbing up and down. It's just flown off now. Oh, amazing. Mate, how good was that?
That was sick.
Mate, he just flew in straight over there. Did you get some good footage of it?
Right up close as well.
So close, wasn't it? And obviously, like, we got some girthy lenses, and that was like mega close. So hopefully that is going to look wicked for you.
Oh yeah.
That was so cool, isn't it?
It was one of the chicks as well, I'm pretty sure.
Oh, was it?
Yeah.
Ah, it's mad.
Cool.
So after a bit of time, we finally got some dipper action, which was super exciting. However, it wasn't enough to have a nice little montage of, so we set off up the river again after the dippers once more to get some more footage.
What a wicked spot, man. Just gonna get up here and have a look. Another building. Even if you're not here for dippers, this place is just so beautiful. It's so nice to just come down here and explore it. That's lovely, man.
And while I was fawning over how nice the area looked every 3 seconds, Jacob was actually putting in the work to try find the dippers.
All right, Jacob thinks he's seen one already, moving up into this location, so we're just getting set. Ah, I can see it. There's two, yeah, there's a couple on the logs. Yeah, okay. So he's just chilling, Jacob's lining it up. There's one sat on a branch just under the white water bit. If I get my finger just under my finger, that wasn't a very good idea. There is a couple. Oh, he's preening himself as well. Oh, he's just been joined by another one. Oh, there's a couple down there. Oh, wicked. Oh, that's so nice. So what's happening here is we think there's an adult and a juvenile, and the adult is feeding the younger one. It's always nice to see in the wild, you know, when you see like adults and babies like connecting and being fed and just nature happening. You know what I mean? Nature's happening in front of our eyes right now, and it's really nice for us to be able to share this with you as well. And hopefully JJ Rims is on the good old cameraman duties at the minute. You guys might be able to see it from the GoPro, the dipper on that branch just hanging out like a kingfisher would, dipping up and down, and Jacob's got him in his sights. Right then, I've got changed, I've got out my ghillie suit, I've sent Jacob away. I'm going to meet up with him again in a minute. We haven't had much dipper action for the last half an hour or an hour or so. But I wanted to come and have a look at this. So I've crossed over the little bridge and I'm going to make my way in here. Look at this. Oh, look, you can see it's the old mill. Look at that. How nature just takes it back. But still the old wheels are here. Let's see if I can get up this way. I reckon that would be a well nice shower, you know. Nice and soothing. You see the way it was designed as like a little canal that's been cut out there. leading down. We're going to carry on through this way. Find ourselves another building and another waterfall. Can't really get into this one, that is like mad overgrown that. But this is where I am actually going to get soaked. Oh God. Right, here we go then. Good, good, yeah, feet are absolutely soaking, thank you. Well, my feet are absolutely drenched from that. It's okay though. It's just cool to think about what people would have been doing, working here in this environment years ago. And we're back joined up to this little canal that goes down there. And Jacob should be somewhere down there. Got some ropey steps to challenge first. Oh, flipping heck. I don't like this. Oh, I've actually just seen a bird in there, you know. That might have been a wagtail. I just like flew through there. Yeah, it is. Look, it's a little woolly wagtail. So that right there is a great wagtail, sort of like bouncing through the trees. There he goes, he's off. That's the thing, I just spooked as I walked into that building. Bless it. Must have been pretty terrifying for it. But here you can see the canal again. Leading all the way down that way to yet another building. But now guys, I just want to say this is fully worth a visit. If you're down here in the area, definitely come and check this out. Not only for the dippers, but just to have a look around a really cool looking area, you know. Like the history here, it's just it's wicked. There's Jacob, but he doesn't have his camera, so I'm going to assume there's no dippers down here, which is quite sad. Oh guys, look, there's a dipper right next to that log. Oh my goodness, look at him. I've got him, there's two. So I think there's another little baby and an adult right here. So the baby's the one I'm filming right now, but the adult was just in here. You can tell because it's got a really white, clear white chest, and it looks absolutely gorgeous. But this one's currently sat on a branch, I think waiting for some food. Oh, I can see the adult's in here as well, flying about. The baby's, I think, about to get fed. So not only have we got the baby, we've also got the adult here as well. Jacob's filmed them feeding, so wicked. What a day, what a beautiful area. Dippers, my first time ever seeing some dippers, so that's a real privilege for me. And again, the area is absolutely wicked. Can't have asked for more really. This has been so good, I've really enjoyed it. Anyway, thank you all for watching. If you've enjoyed, press over here on JJ Rims' face for a new video. I've been Cookie.
I've been Jacob.
See you in the next one.